Back into it, and then you lose it the way we did. I just feel bad for the kids. When you talk about performances today, a lot of guys had to step up. A lot of guys injured. I guess first of all, you begin with a young man with the name of S-Ray Talaferro. Well, yeah, he did. And it's unfortunate that we turned it over there at the end because he played well over there and he played his tail off. And, it came down to one turnover, and unfortunately it was us. From an offensive standpoint, a battered offensive line, those guys, though, continue to help this offense produce points. Well, I mean, we scored, we moved the ball around, and scored some points. But just wasn't enough at the end, I guess. That one more we did. Rakeem Cato goes down. Blake Fernapple asked to come in and did some good things. I thought he came in and he did well. He made some great throws and ran the ball well, and he did something really good. On the defensive front, again, you fall behind in this game, but then your kids again battle, and they come up with some plays to help the offense get back into it. They battle, but you know what? We got to get better on defense, and that's just you have to win. And you look at the end of the day, the two teams that won the championship, Florida and Tulsa, and they got Central Florida beats UAB of course tomorrow. So we got to start playing better defense around here to get where we need to go. The season finishes here today for your team, and obviously now you turn to the weight room and recruiting. Well, we do. We go recruit some players, and it's a shame it had to end this way. But, I thought our kids fought hard, and unfortunately, we didn't get where we got to go. Doc, appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Talk about what brought you to use S-Ray as a feature back today.
Grooms was hurt, and Butler had a wrist, and I didn't have any choice. He's the only healthy one I had up there. So
how close did Cato come to really staying in the game, Doctor?
Yeah,
he not move?
He just couldn't move well enough to get himself out of trouble, so he just he couldn't do it. So, and I thought Furlan did a heck of a job, to be honest.
How much did Fronapple's ability to run, especially on that touchdown run? I don't think anybody on the TV wasn't even expecting that to happen.
That happened. I mean, he showed he can run a little bit there. He brings a dimension to this offense, and we got to play him more. He's an excellent player. He's a great kid, and there's no reason he can't go in and play because he brings that he brings his legs into that offense, and that's all we get out there today. He can go faster than probably would.
He makes the zone read a lot more legit play for you guys.
Sure does. And he can. When you put him in there instead of throwing the bubbles and the strings, he actually can beat you with his feet. So I think in the future that's something that can help us.
They were absolutely unprepared for his own read.
Well, they weren't. He hadn't played it. They hadn't seen him. They didn't like that, so they weren't prepared. And probably up hitting on him.
You had some other players step up today and make plays. J.S. King played a lot, made some plays.
A lot of guys. I mean, they had to. And again, we were a beat-up football team. But everybody is. I mean, at this point, when you get to game 12, you got guys beat up. So unfortunately, they make one play there at the end, and we didn't, and they win the game. Got to give them credit.
What was it you guys were able to do? I mean, down 21 early, to claw back the way you did and tie it early in the second half.
We just didn't. The kicking game hurt us early. You got to pump block. The kickoff team. So we got to get it. We got to get that thing squared away. But they just kept fighting. I mean, that's one thing about felt. They hung in there. We knew when we got it back to 14 and then to 7 there. When they stopped them on that fourth down, we went in and scored to get it to within 7. We knew getting the ball in the second half. That we took it down there and scored, which we did. We had momentum, and I thought you got to give our kids credit to them.
What specifically happened on that fourth down that they hit the pass on to keep their drive going at the end?
Yeah, I just it was an over out there that the kid made a great play on. Unfortunately, we weren't in position to do that. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks.